All right, guys, so we're gonna start a little project today. I'm standing in the hourglass food plots. We got a big project we did back here last week, and what we're gonna start today is on the smaller plot of the hourglass. We got all this timber back here, and it's mainly sweet gum, elm, holly, and some cedar. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna thin it all the way back to the CRP. It's probably about 50 or 70 yards back to the CRP. And then we're gonna edge feather this so the deer feel more comfortable, use it more, and we'll create more forage, more cover, just a much better habitat. So that's the game plan. We're gonna put this in over the next few weeks and just make this a much better usable space. All right, guys, day 2 down here on the thinning and edge feathering project. Everything back here behind me, we've already thinned. All we got left to thin is right down here. We're gonna go ahead and thin that today, and then we're gonna start edge feathering. Hopefully the goal today is to get the edge feathering done, and then all will be left is to thin the last 50 yards back here towards the CRP, and then we'll probably add in a bedding thicket back in there, but we're gonna do that next year. We've got turkey season coming up, so we're just gonna get this edge feathering done, let some sunlight come in, have some good transitional habitat in towards this food plot, and then the big timber back here over my shoulder. So that's the goal today, and we're gonna get started on it. All right, guys, just got done thinning the rest of this, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in here and we're gonna do our edge feathering. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna flush cut some of these trees. I'm gonna hinge cut a few, not a lot, maybe 2, 3, 4 at the most in here. And then we're gonna leave some standing. We got some really good trees back in here. There's 3 blackjack oaks, we got 1 white oak, 1 small red oak, and then we have a few nice pines growing. We're gonna leave some of these, but we are gonna be very aggressive in the cutting here. I want this to be a lot of sunlight. I want there to be a lot of native grass and forbs that come up, and just kind of make this a really good transitional habitat. But that's what we're gonna do now, and then this little project will be finished, and we'll finish the thinning back here to the CRP next year. All right, guys, we are standing in the little small edge feathering project we did before turkey season. It's middle of May now, turkey season's over, and this has had about a month and a half, 2 months to have sunlight hitting it, and it's already starting to respond in a good way. We got a lot of stump shoots coming up from the poplar trees, like right here, and they're hammering it pretty well. All these ends are nipped off on the new growth all through here. Trees provide good cover, but they also provide some forage. We got a bunch of burnweed coming up all around me here. They do eat a little bit on that. We got some common ragweed all through here. Another really good plant, and it's just gonna get better as summer goes on and we get more sun in here. But basically, this is just gonna be a good transitional habitat from thick timber we got back here, which we're gonna thin next year. But for this deer season, they usually use this, so they'll come out of here, they'll feel comfortable in this thicker habitat, they'll transition into the food plot, which is where we want them to be. We left a lot of oaks in here, and a lot of these are white oaks. We got 1, 2, 3, and there's 2 more back to my right here. They're all white oaks, and there was 1 blackjack oak we saved in there. We left these because we don't have a lot of good hardwoods on this property. Normally in an edge feathering project, I would normally get rid of almost all the trees, but since we came across these white oaks and stuff, they're really good oak trees, especially since we don't have any on this property. We went ahead and left them. We're not going to get as many as the good forbs and grasses I would want in here because we did leave these, so it's going to be a little more shade. However, next year we're probably going to add this feathering another 20 yards back, and we'll do that more heavy so the sun is more heavy in the back to help with leaving these trees. But yeah, that's basically a little update on this little project. Came out really well. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bunch of deer come out of this fall. But just a little update, and hopefully you guys can take some of these practices and put them to use in your own property. Got a few months till deer season. And, hopefully it'll be a good fall. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you on the next video.